bar to be able to block out and get into the glide without hitting the floor.
She's been in all 6 meets up to this point of the season, with a season high last week with 9.925. Talking about great meets last week, Aaliyah Finnegan herself also in the all-around tonight. She's on the vault now for LSU after Shenikova at a 9.825.
Nailed this last week for a 10-0. Let's see what she's got here. Almost held on to it. She tried to stick those toes into the mat, not let him move, but had to quick salute. And there's sister Sarah Finnegan, LSU great, in the stands to watch. So a difficult vault. It's called an Omlien check, a half twist onto the table, front pike. And this one was slightly over-rotated, just a little bit too much juice. So she had to step forward into the salute to the judge.
Important routine here now for Florida, because Victoria Wynn had only a 9.575. And remember, you take 6 athletes, you count the best 5 scorers. A lot of pressure now on freshman Kayla DiCello, who has shown currently the freshman of the week. This is her 4th time in 6 meets. She has gotten off to a terrific start as a youngster.
And she has competed on the world stage. She can handle pressure. Huge amplitude on that same bar release. Nice work on these handstands. Very well done on that pack salto. And went right into another skill, which adds to her bonus. Showing a lot of difficulty in those transitions and connections. Wow, fantastic routine for her. Great landing, and that's exactly what Florida needed. Look at the height above the bar. 2.5 feet up, and notice her legs are straight and toes pointed throughout the entire skill. Really well done. And the dismount, a full twisting double back, holds on to the landing. Superb.
To give you a perspective, her hips are 2.5 feet above the bar, but that means her head's about 10 feet in the air, and she has to nail that landing. Now back to vault for LSU.
Chase Brock with a 1.5 twist. Big step on that landing. They'll have to take that deduction there.
Yeah, Chase Brock has been doing a phenomenal job on vault this year. It's new for her. I asked her what clicked for her, and she said it was a mental shift. She couldn't figure out how to translate the vaults from practice to the competition before this year, so she changed her approach. She tells herself, "You're amazing, I believe," and she visualizes right before she goes. It's made all the difference for her.
She was coming after Aaliyah Finnegan, had an impressive 9.95. This is Trinity Thomas, who has scored a perfect 10 on every event this season except the bars.
Back-to-back skills here. Maloney up to the high bar, swings right back into the pack salto. Very good leg form, nice technique. And this is a Van Leeuwen right here with a half twist back up to the high bar. Just superb, patient, gorgeous swing. And a double layout, as floaty as it can be. And notice how high her chest is when she lands. Straight up and down and no movement.
No score this year below 9.925 on bars. 3 times she's had 9.975, which means one of the 2 judges gave her a 10.
Back-to-back flight transition skills, and then just punctuates a superb routine with a perfectly stuck double layout.
Owen Fields, who works with the gymnasts at Florida on bars, proud of that effort as well. Remember, Florida behind the gun a little bit. Here is KJ Johnson after Chase Brock scores a 9.825.
And hold on to your Mardi Gras beads. I'm telling you, this is huge. A big, beautiful Yurchenko full. Boy, when she nails that landing, that's going to be a huge score. It's still going to be big here.
She's been in all 7 meets for LSU on the vault. She's extremely explosive. There is Jay Clark, the head coach, in his 11th year here at LSU, his 3rd season as the head coach after taking over from the dean of coaches, Dee Bro, who created this legendary program, stayed 43 years and handed the program over to Jay Clark, who's in charge now. Trinity Thomas, her 4th 9.975 of the season on bars, and that brings up Leanne Wong, who has experienced perfection herself here.
Get ready for one of the most elegant bar routines, and it has the difficulty, back-to-back transitions. Her 3rd release skill, Van Leeuwen up to the high bar, and just a beautiful, perfect handstand to set up this double layout. Another floaty one.
Ooh.
Hangs on just long enough to show off that stick, and then steps into the loop to salute. So judges are sitting right to the side of the bar. They've got the bird's eye view, just like we've got with this camera, perfectly vertical. And look at the straight line from hands to shoulders, all the way through the spine, hips, and then the double layout. That's a beauty.
And we'll go back to vault because we don't want to miss this. Haley Bryant, one of the finest vaulters in the world. She scored a 10 on this vault.
Talked about shoot the moon. There it is.
Oh,
Boom.
my.
That is as special as it gets.
A work of art. Power, grace, technique, finesse. She has it all.
Oh, absolutely. She just launches the
Oh.
ball from the front of the table and still goes sky high and plenty far from that table and just flares open that half twist, spots the landing. She has forever to look at the mat before she lands.
Well, the Mardi Gras crowd wants to see a perfect 10. Now, keep in mind, there's two judges. We see two different scores. Looks like it'll be a 9.975 for her as we go to Peyton Richards in the all-around tonight for Florida on the bars.
And Peyton Richards has stepped up so big for Florida. Going to see her in the all-around. Look at the fight on that landing. Landed with her feet a little bit staggered, so they'll take a slight deduction there, but nice